I'm Dylan, and this is the BlindSighted Perspective Podcast, where blind and sighted perspectives are given on a number of topics, with my friend Jared as a co-host in a casual style. My life since I went blind at 22, I will tell you about it. Welcome back to the BlindSighted Perspective Podcast. I'm Dylan.
And I am Jared.
And this is episode 8. So how are you doing, Jared?
Oh, since the last time you asked, I'm doing pretty good, Dylan. How about yourself?
I'm doing, pretty good. Noisy neighbors, having to deal with that conundrum. But other than that, we are doing good.
How is the audience today?
Hopefully everyone is doing great today when you were hearing this.
And if you're not doing great, hopefully this raises your spirits.
Smiles for miles!
All right.
Anyways, the cringe. Okay, so we will start off, as per usual, with the blind-sighted stories, which are stories, whether it be for me being blind, or a sighted story, or a story that maybe me and Jared have together, or just him. And we have this such thing because Jared has a story for us today. So, Jared, take it away.
So, my story is about being...
Boo!
Oh, whatever. My story is about being in plays. And
yeah, go ahead.
I remember my first play I was in. I was super excited. I always wanted to get involved at the time with plays and stuff. And before I start my story,
I don't think I was ever in a play.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna mix it up with a bonus. I throw a bonus at you.
Yeah, I don't remember ever being in a play.
Would you ever want to?
No.
Well, I went to a private school.
I would probably just be the tree. Or something stupid because I wouldn't have to move or do anything.
I went to a private school, and the school's like, hey, we're having a play. It was a play about baby Jesus being born, and I was one of the, I think it was like 3 wise men or whatever, and and so I'm getting ready for this play, and of course we would rehearse, and I would, we'd dress up all kind of ragged and stuff, and they put makeup on us even though, no one would see our face because we were walking backwards, and all we would do is just walk, back off the stage.
That does seem pointless.
It was pointless, but you know what? I was super excited about it. I wanted the part of...
You seem excited about it now.
Oh, no, I was just really excited. But I remember, we were almost late there, and I had rehearsed walking up and then walking back down. Just my part was I was going to bring gifts, set them down, then walk back off the stage while the narrator is describing what's going on.
Right.
And so, I've rehearsed this part. I'm going to ace this part. I'm going to get this. And I did. All I had to do was walk, but we were almost late to it, and I was super nervous. I'm like, hey, Mom. I'm like, floor it. I don't want to miss this. I'll get big, stuff like that.
Oh man.
And so we get there, and everyone's getting ready. You're like, oh, he's in position. Okay, are the three wise men about to walk out? I'm like, oh, I got this part, And so, they cue the wise men, and I'm walking, and we can't walk too fast, but that's my problem is I'm super excited.
Right.
And I'm the wise men who the other 2 are walking at a normal pace, and I'm jogging, and then I stop, and then, we're waiting on the other 2 wise men to catch up, and they're kind of giving me this look like...
You were just the wise man that was really fit. We'll just go with that.
I just wanted to hurry up and give these gifts to Jesus. And then,
you were very fit, and
you
were a go-getter. You were ready to get this done.
So I'm like wobble. I felt like a minion at the time. Like a. So the reason I say that is because they wobble and they walk fast, and
it's not like they're turkeys.
To me, they sound like they're turkeys. So.
Like, no. the 3 wise men, they're not like turkeys or anything like that. Jeez.
Yeah, no, but we go up there, and I sit up there, and the narrator's saying his thing. I put my gifts down, and then, I want to stay up there just a second. So everyone's trying, it's my turn to turn around and go back off the stage, but I just want a little extra, feeling of the fame and glory. So I stand.
So you're just being a man whore on stage. You're just hamming it up.
So I sit there, and the narrator, there's a pause because he's waiting for us to leave before he continues.
Yeah.
And I turn around at the crowd, and I'm soaking it in, and then I get extremely nervous. Everyone's watching me.
All those eyes.
And they didn't even care about my part. they're looking at baby Jesus and, all the other ones. So I'm standing there, and I'm just like, this is time to get off the stage.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. It's me. I'm not a wise man. I'm your son. But, I start wobbling off the stage real quick. And then, after the play, I'm like, oh, Mom, did you see me? I was up there. I was a wise man. And I was super excited about it. Yeah, it was just...
yeah, you're like, I'm not going to let my hour of practice go to waste walking up these stairs.
Actually, you know what? That wasn't my first play. My first play was in first grade, and I was an elf that sang. It was a Christmas play. And I remember I was like, man, I was probably second or first grade. Maybe I said first grade. But anyway... I remember we were elves, and we were sitting there. We would sing, and I remember there was a kid who played Santa.
My favorite Christmas classic.
So there was a kid that played Santa Claus, and I remember thinking, I'm like, man, he's so lucky to have such a big part. I can't wait till I get a big part. Well, the big part never came because in fourth grade, that's when I did the fourth or fifth grades when I did the wise man thing. And after that, I really wasn't into play.
Were you did you want to be destined to be like a great play person? I don't know.
I guess I liked feeling involved with other people. You see, to do with Santa, yeah. I wanted, because Santa got all the cool parts. And now that I think about it, I don't know. I guess I just like getting involved in the extracurricular activities because not only would it take you out of class sometimes,
right.
but so many people had fun doing it, and I just wanted to have the fun instead.
You just wanted to be the cool kid,
or not even the most well known. Like I wanted people to say good job, stuff like that, and I don't know, but.
The closest thing I've had to that is, of course, those school musicals.
You were at a musical?
No. What I mean is when I was in choir. And they would force you to go sing songs, they're called programs, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, where the Christmas stuff you had to sing and all the stuff you had to get on stage and sing for all these parents that didn't care.
They just wanted to see their kid.
Yeah, or they're like, well, we're just obligated to be here. We don't want to be here. And then it's they don't really care about some 9-year-old singing freaking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No one cares. Why are you making us do this?
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of how it was. But other than that, I didn't have plays or anything. But musicals were the closest thing to it, which,
Yeah, they weren't spectacular stories, but they were just, they helped me help you guys better understand the way I am, I guess. I was a pretty shy kid, and it was kind of hard for me to socialize. But obviously, I got really good at it now.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm socializing
I
like
don't
crazy.
think the kids were into the same, Christmas songs you were, or, I don't think, I think they, you thought you were in a different position when you did the Three Wise Men. You thought you were a turkey, while everyone else were we're the Three Wise Men.
Two wise men, they brought their turkey.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it was a great play though. I mean, it turned out great.
Well, that's good.
It was fun. Just doing it. Just I felt they put the makeup on me. All they did was put stuff on my nose to make it look a little more tan, like I've been in the sun or something. And and that was just a big deal to me. I'm like, you know what? I have to sign up for choir. I like it. I like being up here.
Were you ever in choir?
Yeah, I was at the private school.
Yeah, I was in choir 7th, 8th, and 9th. Which made because of that, if we had a substitute teacher in that day, or he just didn't have anything planned, guess what we watched? High School Musical.
Did you?
1, 2, and 3. I multiple times through 3 years of school, I watched all 3 of those movies every single year. I hate High School Musical so much. Because, yes, if there was a substitute teacher, if we didn't have anything planned or whatever, it was High School Musical 1, then 2, then 3. Let's go again! All in this together. Like, I wanted to cry.
The substitute comes out clapping his hands. Don't forget, class, we're all in this together.
No, like when we saw that.
I bet you guys felt so united.
When like I'd walk in and then I would see that like our normal choir teacher wasn't there, and immediately I'm like, ah!
So were there ever any kids that would come out to the cafeteria or after the class, they would actually try to make a musical after their life? You know what I mean?
No.
So no one really just cared? They're just like, wow.
No. But yeah, so I hate High School Musical.
I figured you'd be the type to get in the cafeteria and start, bumping those hips and wiggling that finger and start singing away.
Oh my God.
Swaying those hips.
Oh, wow. Anyways, that has been the BlindSighted story. So we will move on to the blind hat poll, which is where we have numbers on paper and we pull them out of a hat, and that, is what topic we're doing. So, Jared, go ahead and pull from the almighty hat.
All right, Hat Almighty. What are you going to give us today? We got number 30.
Wow, number 30.
All right.
Last one we came up with at this point.
So it's funny, actually.
Yeah.
I have 30 here written down, but there's nothing for it.
What?
So
What?
I'm going to pull another one. I don't know why I did that.
Why? Oh, I know. You might have wrote it on your laptop.
That might have been
Which we're no longer using. We're just using the notebook.
All right, so I got 17.
30, we're talking about blank today.
Blank. Blank.
No,
we just don't even talk.
Blank. How was your blank?
Oh, my blank was pretty good.
Oh, that's blank and good.
Blank.
Blank.
All right. Mine.
Okay, well, did you pull out another one?
I did.
What do we got?
It's blank.
I know it's not blank.
It's your favorite anime or show.
Okay, favorite anime or show. I guess I'll go first. Well, I don't watch a lot of shows, or I didn't really watch a lot of shows. I pretty much just watched basically comedy, like stand-up comedy, and YouTube. I would watch YouTube, and of course anime. So my favorite anime is called Yu Yu Hakusho. And it is an awesome anime about a kid that gets hit by a car and, he dies in the first episode and
that's horrible.
Spirit comes out. But it's not like that. His spirit is out, but he gets a chance to get his life back and it becomes a spirit detective, which takes down demons and everything. It's a really awesome show. People should check it out. It's 112 episodes.
Well, that's really cool.
Yep. A good show that I love. What about you?
I'd have to say I'm into the martial arts, even though I'm in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I've done wrestling and I've done boxing. So I consider them martial arts, but a lot of people would disagree.
I used to watch like the WWE wrestling, and I know that's fake, but
yeah, I did high school. I think it's called folk style wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was more into the the martial arts aspect in shows and stuff like that.
Did I ever tell you about how I almost joined wrestling?
I think you have. Why don't you go ahead and quickly?
Well,
bonus.
Okay, I guess a bonus. Well, it was in 6th grade. I was in 6th grade, and I was talking to Garrett. You know who Garrett is.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. He told me he was like in wrestling somehow, and I somehow got talked into going. And so I went to the practice session, and it was not fun.
Oh, no. Yeah, I remember my first time.
Because I was not physically fit, and because my stance wasn't good. He's like, your stance isn't good. Get down and do 20 push-ups. I'm like, how's push-ups going to help my stance? Push-ups is not the solution here. So behind his back, I only did 15, but
Oh, you rebel. Look at you.
But now I'm like, how's push-ups going to help my stance? Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do, I mean, the number of push-ups does not equate to how well my stance is.
It's building your arms, not your chest, not your legs. You need the muscle in your legs for a good stance.
But yeah, it was so weird. And the only move I ended up learning was I think the Falcon or something, the Sea Falcon they call it.
I have no idea what that is.
They were calling it that. And after that practice, I was a broken sixth grader. And after that, we had a form to decide whether we wanted to continue, and then you'd have to order the equipment and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because you yell at me.
You make me do push-ups.
That don't, you could say, push-ups build strength, not because my stance was bad, make it logical why I'm doing these push-ups, but you yell at me, I got really sore, it wasn't fun, wrestling wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
I loved it. But the first instance, I was going to quit because I didn't like it, but then I just got talked into it again.
But ironically, had I stayed with it, you and me might have actually ended up being in wrestling together. But
I know, we same weight class.
Maybe.
At the time, I think we've always been around the same weight.
Yeah, but you're taller than me. But yeah, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. It's kind of how a band went when I joined band. I ended up not being what I thought it'd be. But anyways, got off track there a little bit. Sorry about that. What is your favorite TV show?
Let's say, back to the martial arts, Kenichi.
Or anime. Oh, yeah, okay.
Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple.
Kenichi, yeah.
It's a, now I might get some things wrong, but it's
I've watched it several times.
Oh, yeah, it's
actually,
good. It's good.
Because of you, I would have never known Kenichi existed, so thank you for actually having me watch it. I've watched it several times.
It's about a kid.
I fell in love with the show.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but at first he's in karate, right?
Yeah, he's in karate first.
But he's not that good.
And they won't teach him anything.
And they won't teach him. Instead, the karate...
They just beat him up and make him clean floors and stuff.
So then somehow he comes across this dojo in the city that doesn't open its gates to just anyone. And if I'm wrong...
Well, You're partially right. He meets this girl that comes from this dojo that beats up these guys and isn't afraid of anything, and then through her he goes to this dojo. He gets to the dojo eventually, and then you can take it from there if you remember.
Yeah. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I remember there's different training. It's not just a karate dojo, but they teach.
It's martial arts. It's the different martial arts that he gets taught by masters.
Masters, a master of jujitsu. Let's say a master of I can't remember all of them. One of them was maybe kendo. Weapon.
One was
like
weapons.
That.
One was kempo. It was a Chinese martial art. One was karate. Jujitsu. Muay Thai. I think boxing.
It was. Yeah.
Yep. That was one too, and I think that was it.
Yeah, that might have been it. But he, so they train him hard and hard and hard. It's about him
learning all of them, becoming the greatest.
Greatest disciple.
Now I also have to say that also some of the stuff that they do in the show is a little unrealistic.
Okay, so he gets good, and it's kind of realistic to a point. He's now when I say that, what I mean is there'll be punches. Of course they do, let's say flying kicks that wouldn't really happen, but a lot of it's physical. But towards the end, when he starts meeting greater foes, they kind of add in the
stuff from martial arts that's actually true.
I want to say Tai Chi, except it's in the show it's real magic kind of that they start using. That's more towards the end of it though.
Well, it's really not. Well, it's kind of them, but more so you see the real unrealistic things from the masters.
Oh yeah,
that's more. But the point is, it's a really good show. It's 50 episodes.
Best anime I've seen, and I'm not really into animes.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's still a good anime. I've watched it several times.
Well, you know what? I would, Dylan. I would go that far.
Now, do you have any normal TV shows that is an anime that you really like?
Boy, that's good. Travelers on Netflix is a show called Travelers. And it is about people who are sent from the future. I'll say spirits and minds get sent from the future into a person who, let's say this person's about to get hit by a car. So their time is up. Right before they step in front of the car, before they die, these people from the future inhabit their bodies.
That sounds weird.
And so these people who inhabit the bodies will like stop walking so they don't get hit by the car. So the person who was in that body originally ended up dying the time they were supposed to, that destiny had made it.
Yeah.
But the people from the future are now living in those bodies and controlling those lives. So it's really, but their mission is to save the future, which they come from, which is just devastation and hunger, starvation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They try to change it.
Sounds interesting.
It's really cool.
It does sound like it'd be something you'd like.
Yeah, it does. I like more science fiction when it comes to that stuff, but
okay. Well, we can pull out another topic since the first one was blank.
we got. I can't tell if that's a 2 or a 5.
Uh-oh.
So it's a 5 because 2 is marked out.
Oh, okay.
So my favorite.
Oh, thank goodness you knocked them off.
If you
list.
could have superpowers, any superpower, we'll limit it to one superpower. What would you have, and what would be your main purpose for it?
I feel like we've done this one, but maybe not, or something related to it. If I had one superpower, maybe teleportation.
Okay, we did do what's your element? Like what element?
I know we
power
did
you
the
have,
element
and
thing,
then
but
what animal would you do?
I know we did those, but I don't know. But yeah, I would probably do teleportation.
All right, now what would you use it for? I mean, clearly teleportation, but is there any greater reason you would have that other than to get places faster?
Save gas mileage.
Save money.
Yeah.
Finances.
And if I wanted to go somewhere, just poof, and then of course I could teleport other people and objects and stuff.
So you get like that. Okay. That's good.
I might become a moving service. Give me your address. Here's all your stuff.
It's like, why is my fridge in the bathroom?
Hey,
give me the money. You didn't give me specifics.
You didn't give me. If you give me specific, that would be a great business. I just teleport their stuff to their house. Done.
Saves them
$500.
Oh yeah. Saves them. No, it doesn't necessarily save them the money, but they get it done quicker, and there's less risk of bruising or denting or breaking anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't charge by the minute or by the mile.
You charge by the teleportation.
I charge by the haul that you're making me teleport. How much stuff am I teleporting? All right.
So watch Dylan walk into the house and he's eating a bag of chips and just sits on the chair. Teleporting these things are like, well, it doesn't look that hard. Why are you so expensive? I just teleport.
I'm like, woo, I am swamped. I am tired. That'd be $500, please.
I would probably.
And then they'll be like, but that didn't look that hard. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 1,000. Any more complaints?
It's like, you know what? I'm not paying you. Well, teleport it all back in one pile. Well, have a nice day.
Oh, yeah. They're like, someone tries to scam me. It's like, teleports their stuff in a pond.
Or on top of the house. It sounds like it's about to rain. You better hurry up and get...
Oh, man, that stuff isn't going to move itself.
Say, like, okay, fine, I'll give you the 500. Well, price just rose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now.
I'm sorry. An extra 500 because you sassed me. That's 1,000. So I'm like, but you can't do that. I'm like, oh, the sun's starting to go down. If you want your bed in your house, I wouldn't complain.
I hear sleeping on the roof is somehow under the stars very therapeutic, so I guess it's not completely a bad thing.
A tornado warning, and it's raining and storming. Yeah, it would not be good. But I would give them a fair rate as long as they weren't jerks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what would your power be?
Probably telekinesis. So with telekinesis, not only do you have technically super strength, and you can act like you're super strong.
Well, it doesn't, like, you just lift stuff with your mind, right?
And you can lift, well, I would open it up to being able to lift myself and fly too.
Really?
But lifting stuff, and I can have my own moving business, but not like yours. I can't immediately do it.
Yours might be a little more difficult.
I'll just pick up the house and move it on lots.
Well, I don't think you could do that. You might have to charge a higher rate.
I might have. I really have been moving a little more in Dylan's company.
Yeah, you better hope that we don't work in the same area, because you're gonna be out of business real quick. They'll be like, oh, he has to do it like one by one. But he can just snap his finger and it's all shipped at once.
Yeah, I'll just be able to, if my girlfriend,
you'd be good at a job or something, though.
Yeah, if my girlfriend, complains or whatever, I'll just telekinesis her mouth to not open.
Hopefully she doesn't ever watch this or hear this. I mean,
I don't know, but Dylan, he could just teleport her away. But I just think it's so
back.
much.
Did you enjoy your trip to the desert? You won't mouth off to me again, now will you? But no.
Yeah, telekinesis would be super cool.
I guess. I don't know if it'd be the most practical, though.
Probably teleportation would, you could just teleport, your enemies away or whatever.
Your enemies away.
That's if you're trying to go that far. If you're not trying to do that.
I'm not trying to be a superhero. I'm trying to make a business.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That would be a telekinesis, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other stuff you could do. Like, it's like, you could all be like, well, I want super strength. It's like, well, like, you could do the same thing with teleportation if you wanted to move something.
You just have to just teleport it, really.
Yeah, it'd be so much easier. Like, I don't know what other application. Well, I guess
go ahead and shoot me down, Dylan. I'm kind of feeling affected right now. I'm kind of feeling like you're telling me I made a bad choice.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's probably some other beneficial stuff.
Well, there's probably no. Plus, even if teleportation, let's say that is the better one, I think it'd be a lot more fun to move stuff in my mind.
Yeah, I guess you'd probably mess with your girlfriend to start lifting her up in the air
with one finger,
and she'd be like, "Put me down." I'm like, "Okay." She just hits the floor. Ow! You didn't say how. You didn't say how to put you down. You gotta be more specific.
Well, I need some details.
Do you want it to be dropped slowly? Softly? You didn't give me no specifics, so I just, I don't know.
All right, well, I guess that sums it up.
Oh, man, these episodes are short this week, but it's probably good. Anyways, next we will go to, or that has been the Blind Hat Poll. Next we will go to the Blindsided question, where you can send in blind questions or sided questions, which could be anything. So at our email, tbspp@yahoo.com, lowercase, and put BQ in the subject for blind question or SQ for sided question. And if you want your name read out, just put it in the message. Okay, so Jared, today I have a question for you.
I'm completely curious. I can't look for the right word. I was trying to think of.
He's speechless. Oh god. Anyways, the question is, what was it like, or what is it like having a friend that is blind, or how was it having a friend that had bad eyesight, like back in the day?
It was something, Dylan. I'll tell you what. It was actually, kind of. I liked it better than having a. How do I say this? Someone with sight.
Right.
Okay. They were more fun because not only did I have my views, but your views were different from those. You had different perspectives and stuff. So not only we would talk about something, joke around, and I'll be like, wow, you honestly have helped me realize the importance and how grateful I should be and am for the side I have.
Right.
You know what I mean? Honestly, you've motivated me, as in you have, because,
well, that's good.
These sight problems, and you still, if you have your mind set on something, you go for it, and you don't let anything hold you back.
Like, I just don't.
It also opened up my mind.
You definitely shouldn't take things for granted. That
was a big one.
Like I said, just taking a walk out, like around the block. I can't just do that. So, you take things for granted, and it sucks.
Honestly,
you don't realize.
Other than that, it wasn't too much, different.
Like besides when, how was it? What did you think of me when, I was cross-eyed and I wasn't blind, but I had bad sight? What did you think back then, or do you remember?
Well, I remember you were mean to me.
Okay, besides that,
I'm just kidding. You weren't too bad. No, I mean, other than that, I don't. Just normal.
Mostly normal.
Mostly normal.
It was it kind of like you just got used to it real quick, and then it was just normal.
If you were to ask me what I thought, or when we first became friends, I couldn't tell you because I couldn't remember, honestly.
Right.
Other than that, we just,
I think it was just probably like you just got used to it, and then it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. I would come over and we'd hang out. It would be just like normal. Obviously, it was obvious he had sight. We'd help you with certain things and whatnot. But other than that, really just the motivator. Like, I could tell when some people would be, now when I knew you, people weren't, because you'd already went through it. And by the time I met you, you'd already gotten the kind of the hardness you have. You know what I mean? So you had already gone
Hardness?
through.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like you fought back is what
Oh.
I'm saying. So that's when I got to know you. So just as whenever someone would say something sly or whatever,
Yeah.
and so you could just kind of shrug it off, just stuff like that. I'm like, well, even I couldn't do that. There was nothing wrong with me, and I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I took everything to heart.
I mean, I think by that point I was in like 7th grade, so I had dealt with it for like a long time. So I was just like, I don't even care anymore. I mean, I did care, but
I mean, not as much as you did like in 4th grade.
I just got over it, basically.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty cool. And the thing is, when I knew you, a lot of people, in my opinion, had liked you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's not like you were just some kid sitting in the back corner. Unless you felt that way, but to me, that's not how I took it.
I wasn't very popular. A lot of people didn't like me, actually.
Well, I didn't know that. I just never seen them.
I tried to keep a low profile. I tried to stay in the background as much as possible. I didn't want to stick out. That was my biggest thing, and most people thought like I was annoying and didn't like me, basically. So like,
I wasn't aware. I would have actually said the opposite. I was annoying.
No, like I had been called annoying several times. People people didn't really like me all that much. I like had some people that were okay with me, neutral. The majority was probably neutral, I would probably say. Not good, but not bad. Like, people, like, if they didn't have to, like, talk to me, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But, so, like, how was it, like, fast forward when you heard that I went blind? Like, how did you take that, and what did you think about that?
Well, I felt kind of bad because I know you knew it was going to happen.
You're right.
It's just, I'm sure you thought it was going to be a lot later in the future.
I didn't know when. Well, I kept giving the estimate that, like, I'd probably be blind by, I was like, I'll probably be blind by 25, and everyone's like, really, that's it? And I was like, yeah, but even I was pretty close. I was off by, I almost made it to 23, but I was off by 2 years, so even I was, pushing it a little longer than that I thought I would have it.
Yeah, I felt bad for you, but seeing how you've, I don't know. I'm not going to say you've gotten over it or whatever, but
I haven't.
Well, seeing how you are now, it's a lot better than I would have been.
Oh, you just got to do your best. That's all I can say. Do your best and try to work past it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I'll ever get over it. Because it still gets to me every single day. Like, there's not a day that goes by that it doesn't haunt me or get me. But you just gotta do what you can.
Yep.
Do what you can. But
respect to that.
Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else that you can think of about, like, maybe me having bad eyesight, a moment you thought of, or or anything?
No, other than, like I said, kind of the motivating, aspect of it, it wasn't too much different.
Part of me thinks that you didn't care that I had bad eyesight back then. You'd take any friend.
I just wanted a friend.
You take any friend, any friend that you could, and you just so happened to get lucky that I was blind, so I'd be less judgmental.
No, you were still pretty judgmental.
I was, but I was better. I wasn't as judgmental.
Yeah.
But okay, so that was interesting. But that has been the BlindSighted question. And with that, this has been episode 8, So, this this has been the BlindSighted Perspective Podcast. I have been Dylan.
And I have been Jared.
Thank you guys for listening. We will see you in the next episode.
Adios.